Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. This is 14 for Misfortune, and we are continuing on where we left off before. We now here's something I want to try differently. In my past 13 episodes, I would sometimes refer to Breglor in third person. I would be talking about us, we. What I want to try to do is more of a traditional approach, and just say I, like I'm playing Breglor. So I'm gonna take on the role. I'm gonna try to do his voice, which is mainly Jason Statham. With or without the accent's questionable, but I want to try to just improve on that, and because that way it helps tell the story better. And also take on the voices of the other characters we speak to, the other NPCs in around Regular. So, just a little, little heads up for you guys. But otherwise, I just left the. It was the called Bellhop Stop, and uh, I saw a huge crowd of travelers, like a long line, like a caravan of people from the north traveling south, just cutting through Bellhop. And we tried to speak to one older couple, but they didn't answer per the role. I tried to. I looked to my right, and upon seeing in the distance, there is an active volcano erupting. As far as if it's already well into the eruption phase or it's just starting to, like a smoke cloud, that's hasn't been entirely determined yet. But there are a couple of things hanging over our heads at the moment. Literally, Tracer is perched on top of the inn we were just at. So Tracer has been tracking us for some time. Myself. So he's still working on it, and I am still looking for the key that the cook might, may or may not have, may or may not have took. I have a few ideas for that, GM wise, and then um, we can't forget about Sparky because I forgot about Sparky 2 episodes ago, or like, yeah, it's something I corrected on the last episode. So, and also, I forgot to. Well, I wasn't intending on showing you guys too much of behind the scenes, like where I digitized a lot of my notes, because I don't have any more physical copies besides the rules of World of Dungeons, which you won't be able to see because it's blocked out by the effect. But I have here what I have been working on, and quite a few documents. So first, the power of Google. I have digitized the map to this. It's just a small little region. I don't plan on having this campaign go on for super long, like for months and months. That'd be funny if I did. And like 80 episodes later, I look back at this episode and say, man, how wrong was I? So this is the current exploration we've done, or it's a bit more than what we've done. There are like a few tiles that I've just assuming that, based on pattern. Camp of Misfits, our home village of Terran, the Caliph Farm, Griffin Cave, which we discovered north of Caliph. We cut through, and then Bellhop, which we're currently at. So we're just on the very tip north of Bellhop, so most likely will be more of the trail. This is the trail, these footmarks. This is farm, and then obviously mountains, village, town, camp. So that is the world view, the region view. These are my notes that I've only digitized 13 from last, and currently 14. These are my questions I left for myself, which I just relayed to you guys. I still have my physical copy from 12 minus, and then let's see, we have my character sheet that I digitized. It's not in the format of the World of Dungeons character sheet. I have my quest list that I've been updating ever since, which I digitized. We have the main quest, Debt to Pay. We have the Quake, which we just updated because of the huge caravan of Northerners. Northern Earth. Family of Caliph, and then the Bad Luck Merchants, which the Cook has the key. So that's the big, that's currently the big situation. Cook might have the key. He is the most, well, I should say logical person to have it right now. The person to have it. But there's, again, I have a twisted mind. If it depends on the dice too. So we'll see. My NPC list, we have everybody we've met so far, or at least word of mouth. and locations, some that are mentioned we never explored yet, like Unknown Kingdom, where the Kingsmen 3 are from. And then, yeah, that's it. So this is what's been displayed in front of me. You guys will sometimes see if there's a big update I need to make to the map, then we'll go to the map, and then we'll go to the map. But for now, it's just me and our solo character in the background, going towards that's probably the Unknown Kingdom, I'm assuming, in the back there. But the power of AI just kind of like thinks up and it happens. So, no, I didn't make that picture myself, obviously. Okay, so we left off. I was just finished not speaking to the crowd of travelers, and I looked to my right, and there is an active volcano. Far in the distance, let's roll to see if we are safe. I'm assuming we are. I am assuming that I am safe. This is going to be my D100. So, we're 90% chance we're safe. I'm going to give it a really high chance there. Two, yeah, just two. That's all it is. So we are indeed miles away from this active volcano. Perhaps it's not. Perhaps these people passing us were in grave danger, and we're luckily safe enough to leave. So I am in a safe distance away. I'll just try to cut this down. Safe from volcano. So now, what I want to roll is, does anything happen? That's one thing we're going to be trying to do more often when when a scene settles, and my character is just kind of standing there. Nothing's really happening. That's the big question. Like when a DM asks you, "What do you do?" Well, asking the Oracle, does anything happen? We'll say 80% chance because there's something I feel like something will indeed happen. 35. I hear I hear a voice. It's audible. It's not from my head. It's not from my head. It's not an inner voice. It comes from behind me, a little further up, kind of at an angle, 45 degrees. So I turn around. So hear a voice. Turn around to see a bird. There is a large winged creature with a soft hue, a scent of aura around it, and it is the Tracer. The Tracer is a large winged creature, probably the size of a vulture. Vultures can get, fairly tall when they're upright. Now, the bird is just looking at me. Tracer is just staring, not saying anything, and I'm looking at this really strange bird. I see it as a bird, though I obviously see the glow. Now, do I have a chance of perhaps seeing the glow itself? Like, does my eyes can my eyes really see the magic itself? Now, let's go my character sheet. I'll just say this. I don't have to switch over. I'd say this is probably going to be intelligence or wisdom, which either I don't have anything. So this is straight up a D2 roll based on World of Dungeons rules. It's I have to roll a 7 or more for anything at all. Okay. 7. So I barely. I think even with 7, there is a complication. Partial success, compromise, retribution, harm, excess. Yeah, etc. I can barely see the glow being radiated around the bird, and it's really baffling to me. I'm just kind of questioning what I'm looking at, because almost I can see through the bird. So is it a spirit? Am I asking myself, what am I looking at? Did that thing just talk? So I'm looking up Tracer because we rolled partially. Tracer basically speaks to us back. He says, what would he say in this manner? Because he can say, the magician speaks through Tracer. We have to remember that. So we have to think of the magician's character. And from what I remember, he's very flamboyant, he's very cheerful and very egotistical, kind of all those three things wrapped together. I think he is going to be a little sarcastic, because he's also being Magician's also being pressured by Dervish to get things going, or to stay on top of things. And we don't know if Magician Gruith, or is a magician. If I mean calling the magician as a nickname, if the magician has updated Dervish on that long gap of time where the Tracer lost track of us. I'm going to say most likely if he's a loyal misfit, then perhaps he did. But on the other end, if he knew what Dervish would do, if he told him about the bad news, it would have been some. Well, again, depends on Dervish. Then the next thing is it depends on Dervish treats his own people. So let's roll a world question. And I'm going to say, did the magician, knowing he's egotistical, he's just flamboyant, and he's very sarcastic, did he update, like, does he give constant updates to Dervish? I'm going to say, I'm really split on this one, 50-50%. So 50%. Does he do it? Does he give updates? 74. He doesn't, though not often. He gives very little updates, and I think he's trying to make Dervish not worry about it. So this will be in parentheses. Magician doesn't share every detail. Basically, doesn't share every detail, or and better yet, didn't tell Dervish of the loss in time, or like the delay, the time lost, basically. So the big gap. Oh, yeah, okay, the gap because of the storm, not the storm. Yeah, there's a gap store. Why not? So I'm just trying to think of what Tracer would say through Magician's voice. I'm thinking that the magician will say, okay, he'll say this: "Did you have a good sleep? Like, how was your sleep? Like, basically, how was your sleep?" Just kind of speaking, because again, uh, we don't know who this bird is. I think this is the first time we're seeing the bird at all, because we didn't see it at the graveyard earlier before Bellhop. So Tracer asks me, okay, Tracer inquires about our sleep. And I think I will reply very, like, again, we're in the world of fantasy, so we've seen many things. We've seen griffins, I'm sure I've seen many, like, strange creatures, spirits, but again, this is a flying winged creature with a slight transparency to it. So I would say good. That's where I reply good. Like, but question, like, good. Who are you? I'm going to say, who are you? And then the Tracer will kind of do a little bow, like kind of a friendly little bow like this, with its wings. And will say, though you may not recognize me, I am the magician of the Misfits, Ruith, from earlier. So he'll reveal his identity. Tracer bows, reveals his identity, the magician, Ruith. And I will be surprised, like, oh yeah, that's right. How did you find me? So, like, I'll basically ask, how did you find me? How did you find me? And then Tracer will say, I've been following you for the past few days now. And he'll say like that. I've been following you for the past few days. Though the storm didn't help. So, reveals tracking me for several days. So now I'm assuming around 3 days in our little quest here. Several days despite storm. So the whole gap in storm thing, we're not exactly going to push on that too much, despite the storm. And I'm going to say, I'm assuming this is something that Dervish had in mind to make sure I stayed on track. So, just through our experience, we're smart enough to realize that we're being tracked. This is a failsafe. This is a reassurance for Dervish that we get our job done. So, I assume this was Dervish's plan. And then Tracer would reply, whether or not it was, you have to stay on track. So Tracer is reaffirming we have to get back on track. Get back on track. He like does this with his wing, like he points to it, he points to, well, again, the watches back then. Like, or he'll do this. He'll do this with his wing. The clock is ticking, my friend. He'll say that. The time is uh, the clock is ticking, my friend. So, clock is ticking, my friend. And then he'll fly up into the air. But he doesn't know about the key situation. So this is kind of an obstacle for us, for me. So, and he'll fly up, like just fly right back into the sky. Fly back up. Circles us, and now we're kind of watching it circle us like this. And then I'm going to think about the limitations we have now. So I ponder about the circumstance. I'm the victim of circumstance right now. However, I'm going to test the tracer. I'm going to slowly turn to the left because down to our left, slightly southeast of us, is the tavern. So I slowly walk towards the direction of the tavern, keeping an eye on the bird, Tracer. Look up at Tracer. Now, while I am walking casually towards the cabin, does the Tracer like dive back down to stop us, or like does he keep circling us like like prey? So 50-50. Does he keep circling us like prey? 24. He does. He just keeps circling us, circling around our vicinity. So keep circling. Okay, so we're getting to the tavern. It's morning, so most likely it's open. We get to the tavern doors, and are the doors open? I'm saying 95% chance. 49. The doors are open. We open it. We open it. So tavern, open doors. It's not locked. Now is it very now because of the crowd of people passing? I'm assuming some are going to be passing. Excuse me. Some are going to be in the tavern, if not a lot of people. So is the tavern super busy right now? That's the question. 85% chance on this one. 35. It is. That's half. Almost, yeah, around half of 85. Um, less than half. So, yeah, the tavern's very busy. And we're gonna just look outside to see if Tracer is like, because we're about halfway in the door frame. We're gonna turn around, in doorway, turn around, look back, basically, not turn around, but look back. Is the Tracer like perched on top of a building, watching us? I'm gonna say 40% chance on that one. 83. It's not. It's still circling around. No Tracer. No trace of Tracer. But is there anybody behind us? I'm gonna say 80% chance. Oh, wait. 60, yeah, 69. 69. Okay. Wow. This kind of led into a really awkward moment with the roll and what I just said earlier. Is anyone behind us? 69. Not what I had in mind. PG-13. So, okay. Yeah, skipping that. Too cringe. It's just we basically get kind of shoved out of the way by the travelers. They're really impatient. They're just trying to get through, and they say, "Oh, pardon me." They push us through. We get shoved. Just some impatient travelers are want to get that morning some grub, so they push us by. We are though thankful, though kind of relieved that Tracer's not behind us. So, though we did a roll on the question, we didn't exactly do a skill check to see if we can see Tracer, like through all the bustling crowd of people. But we'll keep it at that. In any event, we're gonna look inside. Do we see the same bartender? I'm gonna say 90% chance it's the same bartender. 40, yep, 46. Uh, I'm sorry, I see the same bartender. Yep, see same bartender serving drinks to just dozens of people. Perhaps has him help. Does the bartender have an extra person with him? Uh, 60% chance. 84. Nope, it's just him. Just so the lonely bartender. Okay, so but I'm more interested in going to see the cook again. So I walk up to the bar. I just kind of mingle past through the crowd. Walk through the crowd. It's like really busy. I walk up to this very corner right side near the main door, near the kitchen doors. Uh, Post myself near kitchen doors, against bar. I'm gonna wave down the bartender again. So I'm gonna do this. If he sees me, is he looking in my direction? 50-50 on this one. 72. He's not. So I'm going to not shout, but basically just speak out. Um, Bartender is really busy. So is busy. Let's say I'm going to just speak up. Barkeep, like just like that. Just say barkeep, my friend. Barkeep. And does he turn to me? I'm saying maybe 75% chance. I think I'm loud enough to speak up with that. 49. Yep. Or 46. Okay. So bartender turns to us, and he recognizes us. Of course, he recognizes us. It's been a day since we were here. He looks. Is he happy to see us? We'll say 75. He's very friendly. Yeah, 28. Yep, he's happy to see us. Looks happy to see us. Yep. So let's do a Skyrim voice. It's just how I picture like the one of the guards or something. Oh, my friend, you bet. Do you want the drink? Like that. And he offers a drink. And I'm going to basically say, no, I'm okay. I'm just hoping to see if I can speak to the cook again. So, no to drink. Hoping to speak to cook. Do we have a name for the cook? I think we do. Yeah, Met. Met is the cook. Yep, but to him, he's probably just the cook. Hoping to speak to. I'm gonna put Met. I would say I'm hoping to speak to the cook Met. Hope to speak to cook Met. We met earlier. Haha. And does the bartender say it's okay? I'm gonna say 85% chance. Well, this busy, maybe the cook's really busy. 60% chance. Ooh, I rolled exactly 60. The bartender, despite how busy it is, that probably could have been a skill roll, like charisma. Okay, next time we'll do charisma, because I do have a charisma modifier. Wait, yeah, I do. I have a two modifier on charisma. Um, how busy it is. The bartender, he thinks for a moment while he's pouring some drinks, and he goes, "Yes, go ahead. He's like, yes, go ahead, my friend. Just keep the time short. He's very busy." So he's basically telling us it's busy, but he's letting us go back there just because we're familiar. We're not a regular, but we're familiar too. We left earlier yesterday without any problems. Let's us lets me speak to Cook, but shortly, but short. So the doors, I'm going to assume there's kind of like these kind of doors, the slightly flap open. I'm going to look through the window and just kind of see if he's there. Do I see him like from my point of view? 75% chance. 66. I do. Yep. I took a second, but I do catch him. So I open the kitchen doors properly to the right. That one for obviously the right door when you're walking into a kitchen. Um, and I see the cook. See Met. When I walk in, Does Met acknowledge me? Like before, I don't think he did. Like at first, he was busy. He was doing whatever he was doing, whatever cooks do in the kitchen. Does he acknowledge me this time? 50-50. What's he giving up? The 20. He does. Let's just say he's washing some dishes, and he looks up and he goes, "Oh, my friends, welcome back." So and he continues washing dishes. Though 20 is a good roll. I'm gonna say he's washing dishes and looks up at us. I'm gonna remember to try to look this way because the camera's not here. It's there. He's washing dishes. "Oh, my friend, you're back." I totally forgot what the cook's voice was. Okay, you know what? He just says he acknowledges us when he's washing the dishes. So, Met sees me. Washing dishes. I'm going to. He asks us, what do you need again, my friend? How is the? He also asked, how is the merchant? Matt, let's see. Asks about merchant. I tell him that the merchant's fine, recovered, on his way to wherever he's going. Merchant is fine. Merchant's recovered. And I'm going to ask him. I'm going to find a seat. I'm going to ask Matt. Is it okay if I sit down for a second? I have a very interesting question for you. So, oh, I'm totally forgot to doing the Statham voice, which at this point, forget it. I'm just all over the place right now. Uh, I sit down, or I ask him if I can sit down. Ask if I can sit. And does he let me sit? 40%. He's really busy. He just wants to keep it moving. Yeah, 81. He does. He's like, I'm sorry, my friend. It's really busy. Just whatever you have to speak of, please now. So, Matt is too busy. Just spit it out. Just ask away, basically. I ask him, if did you find a key with the merchant? That's it. Because I'm trying to retrace my notes here. Um, let me go to the screen so you guys can see it. So I don't I want to make sure I'm not retconning anything or I tripped over my own foot. The keys. He tells us what the key. The merchant told us what the key was for. We know that. We're really interested in the key. Now recovering safely. We still have the key. Helped other merchants. The key. We have the key. We still have the key. Oh no, that's before the. Yeah, that's right. We gave the key back. I don't think I wrote that down. Okay, you know what? Here. I think I looked for this before. I just did not write it down. The key. So we're looking. We're trying to retrace my steps here because I'm a little disorganized in this part. Mainly this part here with the key. Such a small detail. And the traveler, which is somewhat related to my other idea. Um, the Kingsman, the cook. Cook is met. Cook is busy. Yep, Cook is always busy. So kind of thankful I still have these notes. Now, what we're looking for. Tracer is flying. Found a healer's nest. Still going back. This episode was quite long. Remember that. Tracer has found us. That's right. So ground shakes. There was a tremor, which we haven't had a tremor in a while. Hint, hint. Well, we did, but I think it was the last episode. Um, the key. Key is in a top cell. The key intervene or regular asks, "What is this key for?" So we're holding it. Tries to reach for it. Oh yeah, regular shows him the key. The merchant tries to reach for it. Regular asks what this key is for. Merchant. The regular hands the key. Regular hands the key to the cook. Cook has the key. I wrote that down, but what I didn't write was also injured, now recovering. Getting back to town. We gave the key. See, this is exactly why I'm glad I looked back. We gave the key to the cook, like physically gave it to him. That's the detail I should have put in my last notes. We gave the key. That's why you take notes in your solo RPGs. It helps out. Key is okay. We know what the key is for. That's not. I've said that 5,000 times already. Regular. Yeah. Merchant hands the key. Yep. The bag to the cook. Okay. Regular disguise mentions key. Knows about the key. Uh, merchant tries to reach for it. Keys to a cell. Hands it back to the cook. Regular asks merchant how he knows of this. Cook checks the merchant's no pulse. Where did I just see that note? Okay. Yep. Yep. So he handed the key. Okay. Good. 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 So that's not necessarily a retcon, but that is what the current situation is. So, okay, good, good, good. Let's go back to my main tile. There we go. Okay. So we're in the tavern. Kitchen. Sit. All right. We asked about the key. I asked the I asked Matt. I asked about the key. Does the merchant? Well, first is how does he react to the question? Does he act couple of ways? I can actually roll a. Let's roll a dice that has the emotions on it. That always helps. Compared to if you're like, hey, let's just roll every possible emotion in existence. So they just roll here. Oh, okay. Benevolent. Benevolent. He is very open to the question, and I'll put that right here because that might come in handy. Um, he is happy to answer, basically. Oops, happy to answer. There we go. He says the, he's basically happy to answer, but though it's not like it has the answer. The role has a halo above his head, so he's innocent. I'm going to assume he's innocent here. He's like, oh yes, I remember the key. You handed it to me, right? I put it back in his bag. So he says, Met put the key back in the merchant's bag. Okay, here's a twist. So I will say, so you don't have the key. And Met, we don't have to roll for this. Met simply says, no, I don't. He's innocent. Like, there's no mystery here. He doesn't have the key. So, where's the key? That's the thing. And I think what I'm going to assume now is that the only person who had contact with the merchant was the traveler. The traveler. So I stand up. Okay. Met does not have the key. All right. Sorry, guys. A little water break. So I stand up, and then I'm going to look to the cook. I'm going to say, "Thank you for your time. I have to go." So thank Met, and I leave. He he just waves. He says, "Okay, have a good one," and then we'll go back to washing his dishes. All right. I'm going to walk into the tavern's main bar area. I enter the lounge slash bar. Now, is there anybody? Does anything happen? Because again, it's been some time since we asked that question, probably like 20 minutes ago. So does anything happen? I'm gonna say we're surrounded by a bunch of people, travelers, a mix of locals, the travelers from the village or from the north. So 75% chance something happens. Whether it's negative or positive, we'll find out. 39, which means something does happen, and that's actually a decent roll. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna get the Fate die out, and it's basically these dice for a game called Fate. I think I use it for very specific moments, not too often, experimental. But these dice have plus and negative and nothing on them. If it's nothing, it's a questionable moment. Positive, it's a good moment. Negative, well, you know. So I could do my other Oracle, which is the 2d6, or the red and blue, but I want to try these out. I don't use them a lot. Two negatives. So a very negative thing happens. A potentially bad thing happens. It now is this bad thing related to us, or is it the exterior, interior force or exterior force? So something happens. Uh, Negative. This is going to slow us down because it's an obstacle we got through. Is this 50-50 chance? Is this related to us? Like, do we bump into somebody? Do we like open the door? Oh, that's a potential. Do we bump into somebody? I'm going to say 75% chance, actually. 73. We pushed the wrong door, because from earlier we were very particular. We were aware which proper door you're supposed to open in the kitchen. That's the right door going in. We opened the same door, so we actually opened the door from the other side going in. So we don't enter the lounge bar without. We enter the lounge bar with this issue. We opened the wrong door, the wrong swinging door. We knock back one of the what do you call it? What was it called? I'm gonna say, well, the bartender wasn't helping anybody or wasn't being helped by anybody. but perhaps it is the bartender. Maybe he's just going back for he's going back for an order or for more drinks, anything, dishes. Um, we could have asked the world question, was anybody, because earlier we asked the question if anybody was helping him behind the bar, but was there anybody taking orders on the floor? That's a solid 90% chance. It's not just him. 84. So, yeah, 84 is a very close no. Okay, we'll keep it at that. Um, this person, we swing the door and it hits the server. Server goes, does the server fall back? Like, this is a pretty solid, yeah, I'm gonna say yes, because we roll 2 negatives, which is the ultimate negative. Server falls back. Was the server holding dishes, like a tray of dishes? I'm gonna say 50-50, because maybe the server was going into the kitchen to get an order or something. So 50-50. Oh, 56. So not as bad. This was not holding dishes, so that does take away from the problem. 56. The server just had some paper, like a notes, basically, just in order. The server falls back, falls on their butt, and kind of like, oh, now this is the server in pain. Like, does it attract a lot of people's attention? We're standing there like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. The server is the server hurt? Let's say from falling back on their butt, 40% not likely. 5, they are indeed hurt. Out of a 40% chance, 5 is what I roll. So the server. Now the server, are we at the point where we need to develop the character a bit? So I'm going to say, the bartender we haven't really developed. Let's develop the bartender character. I'm gonna go to my other screen here. Not trying to drag this out. I do apologize, but we do need a name for the bartender. I don't think we have one, because we have one for the cook, and we've interacted with the bartender twice or more. I think it's time to interact. Put the bartender. So this is the bartender. Let's get the name. Xanath. Xanath Ways or Xanath. Zenith. Oh yeah, like the company Zenith. Bartender at the, what was the tavern called? I don't think we had a name for the tavern. Did we have a name for the tavern? Locations. Bellhop Tavern. Yeah, it was just Bellhop Tavern. Okay. At the Bellhop Tavern. Now, okay. Good. So, back to the, oh yeah, character. Let's go back to the server. Let's just call them server for now. If that character does expand a bit more based on the roles, then we will expand on the character. Okay, server is somewhat hurt. They hurt their butt. They fell back. They look up at us and it says, "What career?" Let's react. Let's see how they respond. Okay. Other one was pleasant. I rolled pleasant. I'm like, that's not pleasant. Like, oh, thank you so much for knocking me over. Available. So the person available is debatable, but let's go with it. So we basically apologize profusely, or we apologize from our, I apologize from my heart. I say, I'm so sorry. I try to help them up. I apologize. I try to help them up. And the server is somewhat hurt, but seems not too bothered by it. Does the server let us help? Is it he or she? 50-50. 50, it's a guy. Other 51 or higher, it's a female. 26. Okay, it's a male. So server male. Just a little reminder for me if we do expand to the character, but seems not bothered by it. So does the server take our hand like we are basically offering him to help him up? I'm gonna say 50-50 on this one because available was very middle of the line answer. 99. The server does not even acknowledge us there. Like he completely ignores us. He's just like, he curses up a storm, and he just stands right back up, cleans off himself, and then walks just straight past us without even acknowledging us. Sir, Server ignores us. I keep thinking like a mainframe server whenever I'm saying server because I kind of work in the world of IT at times. So like server, like that's just what I'm thinking about. Ignores us. Server is down, so was literally down. Bad joke, I know, but roll with it. Server ignores us, walks by while like he's just kind of he's on his bar like this. He walks by into the kitchen because he's not going to acknowledge 99 handles a lot of roles after that. Like, how does he react? What's he gonna do to us? Is he gonna like? And now, is there a? It's the crowd. It's really loud in the tavern. Is there anybody looking at us like doing this like the guilt look? So I'm gonna say 65% chance. I mean, it was 57. Just a few people. There's a few people looking at us and like kind of looking around. Few people, but the rest of everybody else is just busy talking, shouting, like hitting beers and like drinking. Some are very depressed because a lot of I'm sure maybe less than half of them are depressed of just the whole volcano situation. A few people are watching me, I should say, are watching out the situation. Me, the cook. Now I look to the bartender. Um, I look to the bartender. Did the bartender notice this? Let's say 50-50 because he's also busy. Maybe he did hear the thump on the ground. So let's say 60-40, so 60% chance. Oh my gosh. I rolled a 60. I'm not joking. I'm not lying. This is rolled a 60. So the bartender glances at us like this, like kind of glances and just keeps like he's in the middle of an order, like he's serving drinks, glances at us, but too busy to even bother. Maybe he knows about the server, like how he is. The server is just a bullet and just gets back to work. So this really didn't exactly pan out to what I was expecting. So because of the rolls, everything is fine. I mean, this could have been a problem. We could have bumped into a patron, and maybe it would have been a big barbarian dude and wanted to fight us. But that was my backup plan. But no, it's just a server. So, not that it was just a server, but like it could have been a big threat compared to a probably just an average-looking person serving drinks. I think what figured it out was there was no dishes, there was no tray. That would have been bad. You would have heard clang, clack, crash, just things falling all over the place. That would have got the bartender's attention, and maybe a third of the restaurant or the tavern looking straight at me. So I'm going to just bolt out of the tavern. I'm just going to like okay, I'm just going to go straight to the tavern doors. So I go I bolt. I'm going to say I bolt to the tavern. Whoops. Bolt to the tavern doors while thinking of the traveler. So, thinking of the traveler, I'm going to go back to the inn because acknowledging that the traveler is gone, most likely, just literally skip town, wherever he is, we don't know. We can roll the question, but I think that's a good little mystery. And I do have an idea for what to do with the traveler, but thing of the traveler. So I leave. Do I leave the tavern without a? I think we do. We leave the tavern. It's just busy. We leave the tavern outside. Now, is the tracer still flying up? I'm gonna look up. I'm kind of like I stop and look up, and do I see the tracer? 90% chance. Well, straight up. Let's say 75% chance. Maybe the magician got suspicious or got impatient and went and perched on top of another building. So 60% chance. 92. No, the tracer indeed is right in front of us on a signpost, like literally in front of the tavern. The post that says Bellhop Tavern. He's just staring right at us. So we look up, like cartoonish, like hilarious to look up, but we see the wings of the bird like flap and land right on top of the light post. We look up, but the tracer lands like suddenly right in front of us, in front of me on the a signpost of the tavern. Like just pops in there, like just poof, or not doesn't magically poof in, but just lands like right on top of it and just staring right at us. And I step back like this. I'm surprised, though not surprised. Like a mix of like I'm surprised, but also this is a completely expected. So I kind of jump back in just a surprise. I jump back, though not surprised. And the tracer will say, he'll say, "Did you enjoy your drink?" Like, just kind of trying to push us, being a little son of a dick. So, Tracer questions why we were in there. He asks us, "What were you doing in there? It took you so long. So why were you in there? Why were we in there? I should say. Why was I in there? I'm sorry, apologize. Why was I in there?" And I tell the Tracer, magician essentially, I tell Tracer, I just needed some water, just wanted to get a drink. I'm heading back now, so I'm on my way now to the tavern. I forgot something, so I'm going to lie. Now the lie, that is going to be a skill roll, and that's charisma. That's going to be a true roll, +3 on this one, so a good chance we're going to pass. Fingers crossed. I tell the Tracer, needed a drink, have to go back to the tavern, to the inn, to forgot something. So forgot something. This is gonna be a lie, and we're roll. So we got roll 7 or higher, +3 on this roll. So 6, 7. So 5, 2. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, perfect. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So that's gonna be a very high. Oh, it's a full success without no complications and no extra gift. So 10, I think so. Hold on a second. I thought it was yeah, 12 or more is a critical success. That gives you an advantage. So 10 is just a solid success. The tracer's like, okay, fine. The tracer goes fine and flies back up. But he's like, make it quick. So tracer believes us. Goes says make it quick. Then takes off, flies up again, and just does the usual circling around the air. So we head back. Is there still a lot of let's ask it, is there still a lot of travelers, like the caravan of people um, walking through town? I think at this point, maybe 60%. I'm going to say it's a lot of people, so let's say 60%. 62? No. It's literally the tail end of the crowd, the line of people are halfway through Bellhop. So I notice the caravan, if I'm using that term correctly, I'm sorry if I'm not. I think I am. Let me check here. Caravan. I just using it for a group of vehicles traveling together. A cover wagon. Yeah, not in the context of the era we're thinking of. Yeah, I mean, I guess it does kind of make sense, or I'm using it improperly. And the caravan of village or northerners are almost passing passing through Bellhop. So they're about out. So almost done passing through. Okay, and we noticed this, and it's just a side detail, not really a like like a revelation for us. Like it's just revelation, or sorry, revelation for us. But in any event, we're gonna walk back to the. Okay, I go back to the tavern. Sorry, the inn, Bellhop Inn, and um, we arrive to the inn. There's no complications here because well, we're gonna glance at the volcano. Now, is the volcano still active? 95% chance it is. 50, yep, yeah, volcano hasn't really changed much. It's still the same condition. Noticing volcano is still in the same condition. It's just like clouds are pluming out. There's like lava just starting to come out the top, and it's way out there in the distance. Um, we go inside. Okay, I go inside. Now the tavern doors open. I'm gonna say they are highly likely, 90%. One. I rolled a single one. The doors are actually propped open. It's so nice out that all these people, the wife of the traveler wanted the door open so people can come in, and this is business for her. So she has the door open. The door is open, propped open. to the inn. I walk inside. Now, is it busy inside? Like, is it just too busy to bother her? So I'm gonna say 75% chance. So the tavern being busy, probably a lot of people looking for a place to stay for the night, for the day. Oh, I didn't roll. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get something. I'm back. Sorry about that. Another water break. 75% chance the inn is just busy. 70%. So it's a little busy. Okay. So the inn is the inn is a little busy. Not overwhelmingly, but is there a spot for us to walk up beside, kind of past the? Is there a line of people to the desk? I'm gonna say 50-50 on this one. 75. Oh, no, I'll roll that again. 33. There is a short line of people. I think most people are having breakfast or they're just mingling in the lobby. There is a short line of people to the desk. Now, is the wife there? Do we even have a character name for her? Let's go to our screen. The traveler, mysterious traveler. We don't get his name. Rita. Yep, Rita is the traveler. That's right. Traveler's wife, Rita. And we're just calling him the traveler. Okay, Rita, is Rita there? Like 85% chance she's at the front desk. 79, she is there, but she is really tired. So Rita is at the front desk, but looks exhausted for some reason. Maybe she just had all these check-ins. Exhausted. Okay, so again, that's how I'm deciphering these numbers. If the roll is really close to the threshold, then that's how I kind of base the answer. I base my basically how I decipher it. My answer, the outcome. So the severity of the outcome. So she's exhausted. I kind of hesitate. Like I don't want to bother her too much, but again, the key is a big deal. So I think she knows where the key is. I walk up around the line next to the table, the front desk. Does she acknowledge us? I'm going to say 50-50 on this one. 82. She does not acknowledge us. She does not notice us. Now let's roll for her reaction. Like, what's her current emotion? She's busy. Oh, that was perfect. I rolled busy. She is busy. That is on the dot. She is busy, as expected. So she's overwhelmed. Now I'm thinking like, okay, I can't bother her right now, so I'm gonna have to wait. But then we have the tracer that's following us, and the tracer is gonna. Well, we don't know if the tracer can physically cause trouble. Like, I have an idea for that. Okay, I don't want to bother her. I look around. I'm gonna see if I even see the traveler. This is a low shot, so I'm gonna look around, just kind of like doing this. And do I see the traveler? This is a very low shot, 10% chance. 54. I don't see the traveler as expected. I don't see the traveler in the lobby. I highly doubt he's even in the town of Bellhop. So I'm going to sit down and wait for Rita to finish whatever she's doing. So we'll sit down and wait patiently. While I sit down, let's say, does 5 minutes pass? 50-50 chance. Oh, 50%. 5 minutes passes. Is she... okay, 5 minutes passes. Now we're rolling for time. This is hilarious. Is she still dealing with the line? I'm going to say... it's a short line, so maybe 25% chance. I think she's almost done, or she is done. 25% chance. 23! She just finished. That is perfect. She just finished with the last check-in. Okay, so I stand up and walk up to her. Does she acknowledge us now? 75% chance? 3. Yeah, she looks up and then she says, "Oh, hello again, my friend. You're back. What brings you?" So she's just asking why we're back again. So She acknowledges. She sees us. Asks asks us why are we back so soon? Back so soon? Oh, Sparky! Oh no, Sparky! I forgot his dog. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry. I forgot about Sparky. Um, Does Sparky follow us without any? Because we were in the tavern, the kitchen. I'm gonna say we Sparky is just a very loyal dog and completely my plot hole that I had to bear responsibility for. Did Sparky follow us without any problems? 95%. 26. Sparky followed us, sat down next to us, waited for us. The door opened. That whole situation, Sparky was just behind us in the kitchen, watching, laughing her ass off. So yeah, Sparky um, followed all the way. I think really as a companion, Sparky can really interact with much. There's no encounter. Um, there's no reason for me to like Sparky go sniff for clues or some shit like that. So I think really there's gonna be a big gaps of a time where Sparky's not necessarily useful, besides petting or feeding when we need to. Get some water. So Sparky yeah, okay, we'll leave it at that. Sparky's just currently uh, with us, just next to us, as a companion. Again, I have a tendency to forget about Sparky at times. Two cans. Typos I just noticed. There's a lot of typos actually when I type fast. Rita. It's mostly these fictional names don't that Google doesn't recognize. Like what? So we okay. So I'm going to ask. I have to phrase this really carefully to Rita because she has no idea what. Does she have an idea what happened? Like the whole situation with? I think she does. Traveler probably talked to her about it, so I'm going to say she has general knowledge. I don't remember if she. Yeah, I think she's more of a spectator at this point. So I'm going to say she had general knowledge of the travelers traveling. So I'm going to ask if I left my key here. So I'm going to lie. So I lie, asking. So this is a lie, asking poor little Rita. I'm going to lie to her if I left my rusty. I think it was a rusty key. A rusty key here from my room. And does she? This is a 50-50. Few ways when we ask the Oracle this before I end the episode. Does she have any idea what I'm talking about? Does she know about a key? Or see, there's a couple ways the story can go here, and I'm trying to figure it out. The key. The key's a big one. Does she have knowledge of the key? Let's roll something that's not particularly in our line of sight, metaphor or story-wise. Does she know about the key? 50-50. 11. She knows about the key. All right, so this is story-wise. Story. She knows about the key. Okay, we're building the story on the side right now while our characters just stand there waiting for us to finish. So, does she have the key? That's 50-50 also. Well, no. Let's say she knows of it. 25% chance she has it. Really want to get this one rolled perfectly. 32. She does not have the key in person. Story. She does not, big capital not, have the key. On site or in person? We asked in person. Is the key in the building? 10% chance. So I'm gonna write this down. She does not have the key in person. On herself. Is the key in the inn? 10% chance. 82. It is not. The key is nowhere in the inn. So that's our 3 story blocks. Now we're back to our character. Okay. Now I lie. So now we have to lie. So we roll for this is charisma plus 3. So we take our d6, 2 d6s. Oh my gosh. Okay, even with 3, I rolled 1-1. Though it was interference by the d10 there. I still have to count it though. It bumped into it as it hit, or after it hit the padding and it rolled into it. So 1-1. That's 2-5. Fail. It's a complete fail. Yeah, that is. Actually, am I an expert in that? Hold on a second. One thing I forgot to check was if I'm an expert. Let's go to the screen. Charisma. I am stealth and survival. Would stealth be considered? No. Stealth, I don't think that has like deception. See, these one-page rules, that's where it kind of gets limited, and you can't really play on the rules there. I'm gonna say no. It doesn't give us a skill where it'll make the 6 or less a partial success if it's a skill-related check, which is not. So we fail, and failing means it's a solo consideration. Things don't go well. The risk turns out bad. Oh, that pretty much writes the ending of this episode. So, okay, we do lie, or we try to lie. The key. Does she? How is she responding to this? Let's see. She's pleasant, but I think she's hiding something. So, though we can't see, this is the problem here. We asked Rita if we're lying that it's our key, but Rita says does she even acknowledge? Here's the problem. She can lie to us, saying that well, if she first could say, I thought the key belonged to the merchant, so that she catches us in a lie, and I feel that's the worst possible answer. That's the worst possible outcome, and it should be that because we rolled 2 1s plus the 3 bonus. I thought it was the merchant's key, like that. She's kind of smiling like this. I thought that was the merchant's key. Just picture an old British lady. Well, I thought that was the merchant's key. So she's just trying to catch us in the lie. But does she ask us that? I'm gonna say 50-50 on that. 1. I rolled a 1. She does. She looks confused, pleasant but confused. Like Rita is like smiling but confused because she asks me. She thought the key belonged to, well, the traveler has the key. That's the thing. Does the traveler have the key? This is really interesting. I love how this is going. This is just a mystery unsolving itself. This key is big. It's a very dominant. It's a small object item, but it's a huge quest item that probably has to do with the very, very final moment of this whole adventure. Does the traveler have the key? 85% chance. I really think he does. 41, he does. So that's a story block. The traveler's gone too, but we don't know where, and I don't think she'll tell us because we just lied. So we probably screwed ourselves over. The traveler has the key. That might have been a good little twist in the end. Like, I don't think we should have asked that, but it's too late. I really did. She thought the key belonged to. Oh, did she say the traveler? Oh, maybe she just maybe she doesn't generally know. No, she doesn't. She knows about the key, but she doesn't know it was the merchant's. That's the thing. 50-50 chance. Does she think the key belongs to her husband, the traveler? I'm going to say 75% chance. 92, which means she knows it belongs to the merchant. To the merchant. That was what I was waiting for to finish that sentence. She thought the key belonged to the merchant. She thought. Like, she's just like a spectator. She, just from her observations, what she heard, she knows that the key belongs to the merchant. I lost myself there, but I'm thinking about what to do at the end of this episode. Just there's like several things we're going to try to sew into the story here. So, I am. I'm just kind of dumbfounded. I'm frozen. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm frozen. Like I'm in shock. Like she knows. Like she's ahead of the game here. I'm in shock. So while I'm in shock, like I'm maybe not really in shock, like biting my teeth, like oh I'm in my own lie, but I am not necessarily exposed. But um, I could also play this too. I could be like, no, no, I'm talking about a key that it's I lie, like well, it'd be another lie, but I can also say, no, it's my own key. It's a golden key. It's shiny, but I did say rusty key. Yeah, I said rusty key. I said no, I left the key in my room earlier. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Not the merchants. So I can say that, or does anything happen at this point while I'm about to answer? 75% chance. 71. Something happens right when I'm about to answer. Um, and this is could be seen as a cop out, but hear me out here. I'm about to answer while I hesitated. The door, the door that was open, uh, does someone or something appear at the doorway? 80% chance. 14. Something very dominant appears at the doorway. So something, just parentheses, something, or sorry, quotation, something enters the tavern. Now, this something, let's roll for significance. So, the higher the number, the more relevant it is to us. 17. It is interesting. It is someone we do not expect. This is interesting. It's going to be Dervish. I think, is it Dervish? That's what I think it is. No, that wouldn't make sense. See, Dervish spends all that time sending us on the mission. I'm gonna retcon that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna step that back. That doesn't make sense. Dervish to appear. We can ask the Oracle, but I think it's not Dervish. No, no, no. It wouldn't be Dervish. That doesn't make sense. Oh, is it the Tracer? 75% chance. 18. It's the Tracer. The actual bird. Remember, it's tall. It's probably like 4 feet off the ground. Tracer walks. You can hear it's like it's chicken feet walking, or like big crow feet walking on the wooden panels. Walks into the tavern. Sorry, the inn. Does Rita scream? I'm gonna say 75% chance. She's just this big bird. Yeah, 21. Rita screams. Rita screams. That's how we react. So, is she in like screams in the horror? Most likely, she just screams in fear. She jumps back because the door was open. So yeah, it wasn't too hard for the bird Tracer to walk in. They have to use his hands to grab the handle to open it, or push a door if it was a push door. I turn around to see the Tracer. Not Dervish. That would have been stupid. Because why would Dervish send us on the mission, this quest, and then like tell the magician, okay, I'm gonna follow. It's been the biggest prank ever. I'm surprised I'm at the worst possible point. Now Tracer appears, and then I turn around, and the Tracer. What is the Tracer's current like? You can't really tell the bird's mood is, but I'm gonna roll to see how the Tracer will be. No, I rolled pleasant. It doesn't make sense. It could be. Maybe the bird Tracer is going to. Let's roll for significance here. 63. Okay, the Tracer's impatient. Just roll for that. Tracer is impatient. Flaps its wings like as a taunting method. Flaps its wings, like inside the inn. Taunts us. Taunts us. It says, it yells out. The magician says, "You're wasting time. You have to go." So basically, or you're wasting time. You have to get moving, like that. So Tracer says, "You're wasting time. Have to get moving," like that. And then we're just standing like this, just kind of surprised that the Tracer bothered to enter the actual building this time because he's losing patience. Obviously, he let us like go to them. You guys go tavern, knocked over a server, and then get back, and then we're now in the inn, and we're chatting up. We're waiting 5 minutes, so probably 10 minutes total time. The tracer couldn't wait longer, so we're there, and we're going to be basically leave it at that. I'm going to say that the tracer is standing right there in the doorway, and I hope that was a good story turn because I almost ruined it for myself if it was Dervish. That was just a bad call, but I think the tracer makes more sense. It wouldn't be the Watcher. It wouldn't be the Traveler. The Traveler, I think it's already gone. I think I'm not going to roll for that. I'm going to leave the Traveler in the mystery zone. Just we'll figure that out as we go. But I think you guys can probably figure out where the Traveler is at this point, because the Traveler has the key. And what is the key for? We already know it's for that imprisonment, the cage, whatever the creature, as the merchant was about to tell us, but passed out. So that's it for episode. Wow, this is the most I've done so far for a series. 14. We'll call this the Impatient, or what's the good name for this one? Because I always like to include you guys in the name. The Tracers Impatience. Let's call it that. Tracers Impatience. The and Tracers Impatience. So, yeah, that's it, guys. The episode 14. And I'll leave it there. Question-wise for the next episodes, let's see, episode 14. I'd like to start this fresh. Sorry, 15. And then, let's see, let's go to our screen. There'll be some good questions we should ask. And again, if this was live, this would be a great moment to interact with you guys. Once I have a bigger crowd of viewers. Let's see. How do we react to the Tracer? Tracer's command. I think it's pretty straightforward. We're going to say, oh, sorry. Just I've been looking for my key. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We can try to lie. The no quakes soon, or quake soon. So this is just more of a note for myself. Quake soon. Sparky. Can't forget about Sparky. And then Traveler's whereabouts, but more. That's just more of a. That's a very minor possibility there's a minor possibility we can get to that. So more so Rita. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. I appreciate you as always watching, and I'll see you next time on 830 RPG. This is the Misfortune.